The New England Patriots went 14-3 and marched all the way to Super Bowl 60. One season under Mike Vrabel, one jump from the bottom of the league to the doorstep of a title. And the player who decides whether they finish the job next winter might surprise you, because he barely touched the ball when the lights burned brightest. Start with the quarterback. Drake May threw for 4,384 yards, 31 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions, then finished second in the most valuable player race at age 23. He added 450 rushing yards with his own legs and 4 scores on the ground. Around him, the front office attacked the offseason. They signed Romeo Doubs to a 4-year contract. Then they pulled off the trade of the spring and landed a genuine number 1 receiver out of Philadelphia. The name hits like a thunderclap. The reason it reshapes this whole offense stays locked away for now. The defense dragged this team through January. Christian Gonzalez grew into a shutdown force on the sport's biggest stage, erasing receivers in Super Bowl 60 when one slip would have ended things. The front 7 hunted quarterbacks all year, yet one question shadows the entire roster heading into the fall. 7 other clubs sit inside this conference, chasing the same dream, and the Patriots share a division with 3 rivals who watched every bit of this rise. The path back to the title game runs straight through them, and the breakdown ahead shows you exactly how New England plans to clear it. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Patriots and all the NFL content. Let's aim for 500 likes on this video. Sit with the quarterback a moment longer, because Drake May turned into one of the best young players in football last year. He completed 72% of his throws. He averaged close to 9 yards per attempt. He threw 31 touchdowns against 8 interceptions and almost stole a Most Valuable Player award from the established stars ahead of him. 2 seasons in, New England owns a franchise quarterback on a rookie contract, and the value of those cheap years drives every move the front office makes. His game travels. May stood 3rd in the league in completion percentage on throws of 20 yards or more, so the deep ball already lives in his toolbox. He breaks the pocket and punishes defenses with his legs, 450 rushing yards worth of escape and improvisation. His 1,149 passing yards and 18 touchdowns against man coverage, both ranked inside the top 4 league-wide. The shoulder he wrenched in the Super Bowl has healed, and he enters camp whole for the first time in months. Here lies the tension. For all of his brilliance across 17 games, the offense went quiet when the calendar flipped to January. Defenses squeezed the field, took away the first read, and dared the supporting cast to win. Too often, nobody did. May carried the load with his arm and his legs, but one man will not out-scheme 4 elite defenses in a row. The film from the playoff run pointed at a clear missing ingredient, and the front office spent the entire offseason hunting it. The fix arrived in stages, and the first piece walked in from Green Bay. Flipped to the side of the ball, responsible for defining this team in the postseason. The Patriots' defense ranked among the league's best and saved game after game when the offense stalled. At the center of it stands Christian Gonzalez, a former 17th overall pick who earned his first Pro Bowl nod and played like a top 3 cornerback in the sport. In Super Bowl 60, he broke up the throw after throw, undercutting routes, and stranding receivers who looked open for a blink. Behind him sits a secondary built to travel. Carlton Davis brings veteran muscle on the outside. Marcus Jones locks the slot and flips field position as a returner. Rookie safety Craig Woodson, a 4th-round find from last spring, emerged as another building block during the title run. Inside, Milton Williams wrecks pockets from the interior and gives the front a disruptive anchor. This unit forced quarterbacks into mistakes and kept a young offense alive deep into the winter. One soft spot remains, and the staff knows it. The pass rush ran hot and cold, and the team finished in the bottom 1/3 of the league in sacks. The edge leader from last year walked in free agency, so New England signed Draymond Jones to a 3-year deal and lined him up across from a healthier Harold Landry. Then the front office spent a high pick to chase the speed the rotation lacked. The man they targeted fits vrabel's defense like a glove, and the youth movement on the edge runs deeper than the headlines suggest. One unheralded name forced his way into the picture out of nowhere. Here sits the angle nobody outside Foxborough talks about. Under Mike Vrabel and personnel chief Elliott Wolf, the Patriots keep mining contributors from the undrafted pile. Last year, 2 college free agents, edge rusher Elijah Ponder and receiver Efton Chisholm, beat the odds and earned real roles. The franchise has placed an undrafted player on the opening day roster in more than 20 straight seasons, a streak few teams in football come close to matching. This spring, the next long shot emerged from a tryout. Xavier Holmes, a 6'2", 252-pound edge out of James Madison, walked into rookie minicamp without a contract and walked out with one. Position coach Mike Smith admitted the young man shocked him. 6 sacks, an interception, a fumble recovery, and a blocked punt filled his final college season, and the burst showed up the moment the Patriots put him on the grass. He turned heads again through organized team activities and mandatory minicamp. The numbers say a tryout edge rarely sticks. The pattern in this building says otherwise. New England needs bodies and juice off the edge, and Holmes keeps stacking the kind of practice reps coaches remember. The path to the 53-man roster runs uphill, and a strong summer in pads decides everything. Yet the lesson runs bigger than one player. This regime finds value where other franchises see nothing, and a championship roster gets built on exactly these cheap, hungry wins. The same eye for talent shaped a draft class with a clear plan, and the depth chart tells the whole story. Walk through the build, because the Patriots spent this draft attacking needs in order. They traded up for Utah tackle Caleb Lomu in the first round to protect May and swing behind Will Campbell and Morgan Moses. They moved up again for Illinois edge Gabe Jackas, who piled up 11 sacks and 13.5 tackles for loss in his final college year. They added Notre Dame tight end Eli Raridon as the heir behind Hunter Henry, then grabbed Wake Forest corner Karen Prunty to deepen the secondary. Now turn to the backfield, and the answer to the riddle from the open. The player who decides this season is Trevayon Henderson. As a rookie, he ran for 911 yards on a sparkling 5.1 per carry, scored 9 times on the ground, and piled up more than 1,100 yards from scrimmage. He became only the 3rd rookie in franchise history to clear both marks, joining Curtis Martin and Robert Edwards. The explosion is real, with 18 runs of 10 yards or more, and he chipped in 35 catches for 221 receiving yards as a passing down option. Here sits the catch and the opportunity. Henderson barely played in the biggest games, drawing a sliver of the snaps in the conference title win, while Ramondre Stevenson carried the load. The coaches wanted cleaner pass protection and sharper vision before they handed him the keys. A sophomore leap flips this offense from steady to frightening, because nobody on the roster turns a 5-yard crease into a touchdown the way he does. The ground game already finished top 6 in the league, and the scariest version has yet to arrive. The division should take notice. Measure this roster against the neighborhood, because the Patriots live in the AFC East with 3 teams chasing them now. The Buffalo Bills still own the quarterback and the standard in this division, riding a run of straight AFC East crowns, and New England has to climb over them to claim the throne. The gap from last winter closed in a hurry, and a 14-win season flipped the balance of fear inside these borders. Look down the rest of the division. The Miami Dolphins spent the offseason reshaping a roster after years of falling short in the cold, and questions follow their pass, rush, and their depth. The New York Jets keep searching for stability, and watch New England lap them in the standings last fall. Neither rival added the kind of star power the Patriots stacked, and neither walked to a conference championship in January. The pecking order shifted, and the scoreboard proved it. The edge for New England comes from balance. A top 6 ground game pairs with a quarterback on a cheap deal and a defense built to travel into hostile buildings. The trade for a true number 1 receiver widened the distance even further. The Bills remain the measuring stick, and the 2 meetings on the schedule shape the entire division race. Win both, and the Patriots control their own destiny. The blueprint already worked once, and the front office reloaded instead of resting. The biggest swing of the offseason still waits for its full explanation, and the reveal answers why this offense terrifies coordinators now. Time to open the vault on the trade at the center of this offseason. On June 1st, the Patriots sent a future first-round pick and a fifth-rounder to Philadelphia for A.J. Brown, a three-time Pro Bowl receiver and three-time second-team All-Pro, reunited with the coach who drafted him in Tennessee. Even in a frustrating final year with the Eagles, he caught 78 passes for over 1,000 yards and 7 scores. He slips into the number 1 role next to Romeo Doubs, Hunter Henry, and a deep cast of weapons. On the surface, a star receiver joining a Super Bowl offense reads as a luxury. Dig one layer down, and the move looks like a necessity. Remember the tension from the open. This offense hummed for 17 games and then froze in the postseason. Defenses took away the first read, squeezed the field, and the supporting cast failed to separate when May needed someone open. Brown answers the exact problem. He wins against tight coverage. He bullies defenders for the ball in traffic. He turns a stalled third down into a first down by sheer force, the skill New England lacked when the season hung in the balance. Stack the rest of the additions on top, and the picture sharpens. Doubs moves the chains. Reggie Gilliam arrives as a true fullback to pave lanes near the goal line. Rookie tight end Eli Raridon stretches the seam behind a veteran in Henry. The offense ranked near the bottom of the league inside the red zone last fall, and every one of these moves targets the spots where January went cold. The luxury label misses the point. New England rebuilt the part of the roster the playoffs exposed, and one debate now decides the whole season. Set the table for the fall, because the Patriots sit among the favorites to win the conference for a reason. The roster runs deeper than the group from a year ago. The quarterback enters year 3, healthy and armed with the best supporting cast of his life. The defense returns its core and added speed off the edge. The schedule offers 2 cracks at Buffalo and a division thin behind the Bills. Here's the claim worth arguing about. This team wins 13 games, takes the AFC East outright, and earns a coveted first-round bye. And the rematch, nobody in New England has stopped thinking about ends differently the second time. The pieces the playoffs exposed got replaced, one by one, with exactly the kind of player the film demanded. A roster built to survive January now looks built to conquer it. Doubt the number if you like, but the math sits squarely on New England's side. Drop your win total in the comments and tell me whether 13 feels too high or too low. Then subscribe before the next breakdown drops so you never miss a beat of this run. The question from the opening finds its answer here. The player who decides this season is Tre'Veyon Henderson, and his second-year leap turns a Super Bowl runner up into the most dangerous team in football. The finish to this story gets written in the fall, and the rival across the schedule already wears a target on its back. The deep dive on the Bills showdown lands next.